Welcome everybody to the WBC Podcast, episode 2. We're going around the table. We got expert opinions combined with expert entertainment and definitely some interesting conversations. So welcome to the family. Appreciate y'all being here. Let me ask you something else. Was there a physical process that you tangibly felt through as you were really getting into it, like a detox sort of phase? Because I think that some people, I know even myself, are afraid of whatever. I'm not afraid of it. I ain't gonna say me like that, but I think some people are afraid of almost like if you're on a drug and you stop all of a sudden, you know what I mean? What they call
cold turkey.
Where you damn, what's that word? Where you huh?
Cold turkey?
There you go. I mean, if they try to get off and then they still feeling, I think that people are that physical,
withdrawals
process that you go through when you get off of that stuff. It's tangible. It's tangible.
Check this out.
Because really, and then let me say this, really what I've heard, and I wish I was knowledgeable to say more details and descriptions and stuff, but based on the parasites that are in us, our thoughts and our reactions and all of our things that we think are us thinking and responding to things are not always us, because there's living parasites inside of us that actually control our emotions and our tangible reactions to things. So there is a physical process of detox. And when you go, so if you got to kind of describe that physical, actual, tangible process.
Man, I think I was somehow I was astute enough to understand that weekend coming back home. One of the things that I told myself was, if I'm gonna start fresh, then I'm gonna have to do a detox. I'm not just gonna switch over and then think that things are good when things were still in you that I've been consuming, right? So I did a detox with that understanding, with the knowledge of understanding the parasitic influence on our emotions and our feelings and our desires and cravings. And then just based on like common sense, like if you just been putting in bad and you want to start off with some good, you gotta flush. You know what I'm saying? So I went in and I did a detox. Within those first week and a half, I was on a detox while I was learning and making this shift. So I didn't have any physical urges, withdrawals.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
But part of that also too, what I credited was it was the conviction of when I learned what I learned that night.
Right. Yeah.
When I learned what I learned the night in Vegas, I was low-key mad, because really what they exposed me to is like I've been lied to this entire time. So it's the conviction of having a partner or a spouse, and the trust be compromised because they lie or they cheat or steal, and you know that invokes a feeling within you that makes you not want to mess with them, to distance yourself from that, because you look at them then now as toxic, as harmful to you and your health. And so when I had that feeling, and I've always had that feeling, and so I've been carrying that with me, and I've never. So it's like looking at a fine girl, but you like to have sex, and you really urge and aroused, but you know that girl got herpes or she got AIDS. You know, you like, you know, yeah, I'm cool.
I ain't doing it.
It don't even. It's not even.
Don't matter
at all. And so that's how I look at, you know, the modern day diet that they prescribing to us, is like, why would I want to eat the meat? Like, yeah, it tastes good, look good, smell good, but none of that shit is good for me. It's gonna kill me as soon as I put it in me, regardless of that moment of happiness that I feel.
Right.
So, why would I do that? Nah, I'm cool. And it's been the easiest, but one of the best decisions ever made.
Man, I remember I went on some probiotics about a year or two ago. Went on a cycle for about 30 days or whatever it was. Man, I got about 10 days into that joint, and I kept feeling where it was like the diarrhea type feeling. I mean, you know, just like the BGs, you know, you got them bubble guts and that whole feeling. Man, it had one day where it came in about 10 days in, where it was a major flush, like a major flush. Like stuff was loosening up, and then it just broke through. And I could tell like that was a real tangible, like, damn, this shit like that. But I done heard people say where they did that, the detox where you talking about, were really going vegan and cleaning out everything and seeing parasites or seeing things in the stool when they're actually going through it. Like you see something in there, and I can imagine seeing something like that. Like
trauma.
That's trauma. I'm not doing something that's gonna lead to that ever again. If you see something like that, like that's
a trauma.
But I imagine if we could see some of the stuff that's just in our stomachs or our intestines right now, man, them parasites, man, they in there.
I'll tell you the thing though, man, ultimately, because again, like we're saying, this is like, to me, good food for thought for self-reflection. But like when you talk about like having an understanding and know that there's a why it won't happen on the mass scale.
They don't want it. Yeah.
There's too many forces against it, and it makes too much sense. And you just going like, there's a why, and none of us ain't gonna be alive long enough to write enough books, leave enough, whatever it is. I mean, you lucky if you get to be a Dr. Martin Luther King, or you get to be, you know, somebody who's Gandhi, or somebody, you know, who you're. And I'm not talking about these people as perfect, but I'm just saying that you leave something, an imprint on the world that lasts well beyond your existence, man. I mean, for most of us, we don't do that. You know, I mean, we talk about there's just so many like varying factors, and so that's why I think that it's so important that you come to grips like with yourself, and you come to grips with like some real tangible things, and make them things that like you really like. Like I think I remember on the first episode you was talking like the LP. Man, LP was saying like he had like some surgeries or something and couldn't do, you know, was, you know, hurt and had some, but I think that the point is, and I'm guilty of it. That's the reason why I know, because I'm looking at like where IG is, to where Mac, where you are, to where Hassan is, to where I am, LP and Beans, we all on a different
it's relative
level on this scale. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of like reflection, I can't see a person with true reflection going, they can't see the benefits in, you know, healthy eating,
doing something,
working out. Like you can't tell me that you don't. So now I go, so what's your why to why you don't do it? And now I go, that's where as people I have like a deeper understanding and just, you know, a patience, I should say, for why people don't like, you know, get saved yesterday. You know, like,
but like you just said, like you just said,
we all know, like you said, it don't make no sense not to. When you know working out, eating right, it is the best thing for you. Most people know that, but then it comes down to what our discipline is, what our motivation is. What is it that's going to drive you to say,
yeah,
I'm making this change and have that personal enlightenment? Because again, sometimes you can see somebody else and that be your enlightenment. But a lot of times it's personal, and your personal enlightenment of what it's going to take for you to say, okay, this is the change I'm making. Because we didn't hear, as athletes, we didn't heard our whole life about what to do, what to eat, what to drink. They were telling, and especially in college, they kind of dictate to you, say, hey, this is what we want you to do. Here's the path of what some stuff you can do, even though they don't tell us about, not eating meat or doing this, doing that, but it's something that builds your body up to get you to be able to perform on the court. Right. So even after that, it all comes down to what your personal motivation is. How disciplined are you? Are you ready to make that change when, we should all be ready to make that change. Mentally, we should all say this is because we know what is right. But everybody's personal journey is going to be different, of course.
Relative.
But again, and everybody, that's the thing. We all got excuses of why this, why that. And I know you guys heard it all. Excuses ain't nothing but a lie. Excuses are nothing but a lie. Why you can't do this, why you can't do that, why you can't do this. Oh man, I got kids and I got this.
Just like
that. And so, man. So we all it's a journey we all on, trying to figure out what's best for us, and trying to figure out who, what, why. Like IG, he in terms of that piece of it. In terms of eating right, working out, doing all that. You all the way in, you know what I'm saying? You all the way in that. You didn't hit that journey and figure that out, which again, that's somewhere people got to get to in terms of that portion of life where, there may be something else we don't know about that you ain't got to yet. We don't know. We all got certain things we ain't got to yet in terms of